Welcome back to the GNC Family Farms. What happens on the farm stays on the farm, but not today. We're going to let it all hang out today. Well, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all our viewers. Hope you're having a blessed Father's Day. Um, it's raining here on the farm today. Wife's off to work. Yesterday, wife made me a new dish for Father's Day. It was really good. It was pepperoni rolls. Um, they you make them with egg rolls. Um, then you fill it with mozzarella and pepperoni. Mm. Then she took peaches and put it in egg rolls and put cinnamon and brown sugar on. Um, I tasted the peaches because I eat peaches a lot, but everyone else said they were apple pie, and um, I didn't taste apple pie. I mean, it did taste a little apple pie because of the cinnamon and brown sugar on it. I think it's what you put on it. So it kind of gave an apple taste to it, but I tasted peaches. But Wednesday's video is coming. Okay, I know it's Sunday and we're already here at the inspirational week, part of the beginning of the new week here on the farm. But Wednesday's video is coming. It's just been busy. It's been really busy. Wednesday's video was actually done in the evening. Or was it? No, I did it Thursday morning. I had to think there for a minute. I Wednesday spent all day. I did several other things too, but Wednesday in the heat, as you will see in the video because it'll go up before this one. I basically went into the garden and literally torched everything. Not the crops. Now some of the heat from the torch did get a little too close to some of the plants, as my wife pointed out clearly to me. I knew I did it, but I wanted to see if she would actually catch it. She did. I think it'll be fine. There's a few out there I'm questioning. Today I'm going to pick up a couple extra tomato plants. Not because I burned them, but there's a few out there that are just kind of lagging, I think. And we got plenty of room in the garden for some more tomato plants. So I think I'm going to get some tomato plants and plant them. Not today. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. It just depends on the weather. But yeah, Wednesday I did that all day and I was wiped. Between the heat and all day doing that, it very, very, very time consuming. As I talk in the video, you'll see that I marked on the calendar when I did it. That way I can see how many days out it lasts like that and see if it's like the worth of doing that compared to just going in there with a trimmer and trimming out the stuff. It just makes it really hard to do it. Trimming. Because you can't get too close and so it kind of makes it hard. But I do like the layout of the garden. I will have to say that I do like the way, because last year we had it it was like open. We didn't have anything fenced in yet, and it basically was done she had done it in rows like this, and there wasn't really any, I mean, there was sort of a walkways in between, but this year we did it this way, and then in the middle is where I can drive the tractor in, or say a wheelbarrow or whatever I need to take into the middle of the garden. Right down the middle I can take in and be able to whatever I need to use in there, like the wagon or whatever. So it makes it nicer that way, and it's kind of divided. I started putting drip irrigation in. Realized that I needed more. I never used them before, and so I wasn't 100% sure if I would like it, so I just bought one. And they're drip hose. It's not actual, like, with PVC piping or whatever they call it, the irrigation tubing. I didn't buy that. The reason I didn't go that route is because A, it's expensive. B, I think it's just easier, to be honest with you. Because that way, at the end of the season, I can take it up, wind it up, and put it away for the season, and bring it back out and put it down. And I found it over at Harbor Freight. I love Harbor Freight. I got to go there today and pick up some more of them so I can finish off the garden. And it comes with little things you can put inside the hose to give out just whatever amount of water you want to go through the hosing. But yeah, I tested it out on Wednesday night after I got done doing everything, and I like it. I like it. So Thursday I mowed all day. That's the reason why the video didn't get put up on Thursdays, because I spent all day mowing. And of course I did other things as well. It was very late that night when I got in, and I'm like, the video's sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it when I can, And then Friday, we got up, left out of here from the farm at 8 o'clock in the morning. Did not get back here until about 7 o'clock. Or no, it was a little bit earlier than that. I'd say around 6. She had a dental appointment. She had to get some fingerprinting done, so that way she could watch her sister's kids, because they're foster kids. So we were gone all day, and plus we checked out, did some store. We went through some places there, and I found a place that's open to the public, and love it. I totally love it. But it is a gamble, okay? It's basically, the way I understand it is, a lot of the stuff is from like Amazon pallets they buy, and then they bring it in and they resell it. It is a gamble. Two things that I found so far that we bought that didn't work out. $5 for a case of Frito-Lay chips, and it had chips in there, and there was cookies, everything that you can think of that Frito-Lay puts out. Turns out that was a bust. It was $5. You throw it down, and you don't think of things like that being bad, but these were over a year and a half, and yeah, needless to say, they were not good. So they'll be being fed to the or fed to the chickens over time. Another thing is, I thought I really did a good job, because on Amazon it's $38 for a 3-pack of drip hoses. And I'm like, I got them for $9, and I bought one over Harbor Freight for, it was $9 something. So I was like, oh man, I got these drip hoses. Well, I got home, it wasn't 3-pack, it was only 2 of them in there. And when I went to go unwind it, water came out. Well, that's an indicator that someone had used it, okay? So that right there told me that this is probably not going to work out. It went through the hose, but it didn't do any dripping. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know what happened. And the other hose that I hooked up to it, for some reason, wouldn't allow water at all to go into it. It just laid down. So I was like, well, I gathered them up. I was like, it's $9. I thought it was like, yeah, I found these for, and I thought it was a 3-pack, and I saw it on Amazon for $38, and I'm like, man, I got a heck of a deal, And it's a gamble there, but we did get a walk for $9, because they have these big bins all the way around the back side of this place, and then they have like store shelves that have stuff on it. Yeah, it we got a wok. We've been wanting one for a long time. Got it for $9, and still in the box, not scratched, not dent, nothing. It was nice. It's nice. Can't wait to use it once I get it seasoned up. I'm trying to think what else. We got a bed, California King bed set, sheet set. I got it. Going to be doing the laundry here. It's going to be washed here later today. I opened it up and looked at it, make sure no holes or any crazy things on it. Nothing. Just like it is, perfect. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think what else we got. We got one of them heating mats that you put out for like when you're having parties or you got dinner or whatever. You can put your casserole dish on top and it keeps them warm. So we got that, and that was $9. Like I said, everything was in a bin, and I haven't tested that yet. I haven't tested that out yet. So yeah, needless to say, we just kind of went and did some things like that, and it was really fun. Oh, we went to a new restaurant, checked out a new restaurant. Her appointment was over in Newark, where the week before we was over there. What did we go there last week before? It was something for her. Oh my gosh, my brain went. What was that? Oh, hearing. Still waiting on the information on that. It will take a couple days. She should hear something this week about the hearing. So we went back over to Newark, and we went to this restaurant. I picked a place. I was like, well, I just wanted something, cold because it was hot outside. And I was like, oh, ice cream sounds good. It was a little dairy. It's not a Dairy Queen, but it was like one of them ice cream shops, And I had to go to the restroom, and they didn't have a bathroom, so I was like, oh, I ain't going there. It's, because we basically had to eat in the car, and I really wanted to get out of the car and sit down for a little bit to have lunch, so we went to this place called Bumpy's. Yeah, it's called Bumpy's. I don't know where the name comes from, but someone's been not telling me some secrets about Bumpy's. I watch TikTok a lot about how restaurants and pizza joints and burger joints around Ohio, but for some reason I have never seen anyone do Bumpy's. If you've never been to Bumpy's in Newark, you are missing out. The food is amazing. Okay, now it's like a kind of a pub type feeling, like Roosters, B-Dubs. But they have one backside of the place has their pizza shop, and the pizza. Oh, next Friday we'll be going over. She'll be having her teeth worked on, and so we'll be back over there. So I'm picking up pizza to bring home because the pizza smells delicious. But we got what they're known for is their burgers, and so yeah, their burgers are amazing. And I told the wife, because she ordered one, was called beef patty, or I don't know. It was basically, it had bacon, hamburger, ham, cheese. I mean, it had everything on it. And I said, that's going to be pretty big. You're probably going to have to cut that in half. And it did come in half, and it was toasted sourdough bread. She loved it. She got a side order of French fries. And I ordered just a basic cheeseburger with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, ketchup, onions, the whole 9 yards, and it was good. Now I ordered a side order of onion rings. Well, okay, her fries are like exactly like, if you love fair fries, them fair fries that you can only get once a year, or maybe twice, it depends on where you travel to go to fairs or whatever. But you get that paper cup, and you get them French fries in there, and you put salt and vinegar on it, and it's all you know that. You know what I'm talking about if you've had fair fries. And so, yeah, the fries were amazing. Well, the onion rings, I had seen someone else's plate come out, but I didn't know what they had really ordered. So, but their onion rings, I saw them bring out to a different person. No lie, it was stacked this high off my plate. And they were the size of my hand. Okay, so we had a stack like that of onion rings, and I'm like, and they're beer battered, and they were, oh my gosh, The best onion rings I've ever had. And we had to order the appetizer of beer battered or mushrooms. You know, most places they give you maybe enough to feed two people, maybe three. No, no, no. These people ain't joking. Okay, now their prices doesn't reflect the portions. What I basically mean is that with the portions that we got, you would think they would charge you more. Now, our prices were very comfortable priced food. Even the mushrooms were, I think it was $10. Now I've ordered, no, it was $8.99. Sorry, it was $8.99, or I don't know, it was $8 something. So I've ordered onion rings. I love breaded onion rings, fried mushrooms. Sorry, I'll get it out. From many places, and you know, you get a small portion. It's okay. You know, it's mushrooms. You pay for what you get. You know. Now they brought this platter out, and I'm like, oh my god, it's enough for a meal, if not more, because we ended up taking them home. I mean, and even little Carmen, she doesn't eat mushrooms. She loves fried pickles, but she doesn't eat really fried mushrooms. She never has had one. I was like, well, just try it. You might like it. Okay. She ended up eating three. Three fried mushrooms. Oh, and the kids' meal. Chicken fingers. We thought, well, we'll get her, you know, some of them chicken fingers. They usually are about this size, you know, maybe this big, you know. Nothing really big, you know. It's a kids' meal. They ain't joking. I don't know what kind of kids they're feeding, but man, I could have fed two of my kids on them chicken fingers. They come out like a freaking sandwich patty. I mean, it's like big fried, white-breasted chicken patties. I mean, I'm like, Carmen she's up to about 5 pieces of chicken nuggets she can eat, okay, at McDonald's. So there's no way I thought she could eat three of them big chicken patties, chicken fingers, or whatever you want to call them. I call them patties because you can put one on a sandwich with some lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise, and you know that's what I had back in mine. I was like, well, you know, I'm going to have that with on some bun at home because she won't eat it all. That girl didn't play around. She ate all of her fries. She ate 3 mushrooms, ate all of her fries, and ate all 3 of them. You know they're good then because she eating that many. Yeah. We left there, we didn't eat the rest of the day. We left there very fulfilled, very satisfied. Our waitress was awesome, amazing. And I know I'm kind of getting into more of a midweek type conversations here, but you know, it's, you know, it is what it is. I just thought I'd share with you this place called Bumpy's because, man, the food is amazing. All I know is, thank gosh, it's 45 minutes away from here because I could get in trouble with a place like that in town. Okay. So Friday we got back here, I don't know, it was like, so after picking up her sister's dogs, we had cut Katie, our little Shih Tzu, a week before. Actually, I did it. And my wife finished helping me with Katie, not because she was aggressive or anything. She just sits there and does her thing. So we got back here. We'd run all day. So we ended up trimming her sister's 2 dogs. Basically, cut their hair and did all that. It's now going on 10 o'clock at night. I started filling. I actually started filling it Thursday morning, but Thursday I mowed, and that, you know, did a lot. Friday morning I woke up before we left. I had to take. I never in the morning do I. First thing I grab is ibuprofen, pain reliever, and usually one of my nerve pills. I don't take them till like noon. I took them before I left that morning because I started feeling it. But all day I did pretty good. Then Saturday morning, well, it was actually early Saturday morning, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. My hands were hurting really bad. They were numb. My legs, they were doing some kind of tango in the middle of the night. My back was throbbing. Um, my fibromyalgia just went exploded. So all day yesterday, I pretty much didn't do anything. I helped the wife carry in groceries, put them away. I did a few things around here later in the evening because I started feeling a little bit better. This morning I woke up, I was really exhausted. I'm still very exhausted, very tired. Just wore myself out, and I shouldn't have done that. I overdid myself to a point where it's going to take me a couple of days to recover. So that's the reason why Thursday, Wednesday, whatever video you have not seen yet, and I will get to it today. I will sit down and edit that and get that up. This you probably won't see until probably Monday, not Tuesday, but I will get it out on Monday. So yeah, I mean, it's part of my life that I live with. Not only do I have a back injury, but I have fibromyalgia on top of it, and all these things just exploded. And when they explode, it takes me several days, if not a week, to recover. And my hands are still throbbing. My back is thumping. My legs are still really numb. I have to be careful when I'm walking that I don't fall. It's part of my life. It's what I live with. Neuropathy and, back injury from a job and then fibromyalgia, it's bad. And I've been told that one day that I could wake up and that pain will be there nonstop. They tell me, well, you need to take it easy, you need to slow down, you need to pace yourself. You should not be out in the heat. That's one of the big, huge no-nos with fibromyalgia is no heat. The heat will carry you up, and it does. But this is the life that we kind of chose, and knowing that what I have is a disease, but I'm like, you know what? I don't let my disease define me. Yes, I could literally every day lay around and do nothing, but I feel worse when I do that. Not only do I feel worse because of physical, but I feel worse mentally. It's like I'm letting people down if I don't slow down, or if I sit around a day or two, do nothing. Especially on a perfect day, that mentally will destroy me. I mean, it really does. It's like I could be out there doing that. I could be doing this, but I'm like, no, I can't. My body's saying, no, you can't do that, and it is bad. It's a 50-50 chance. There's days that I could go with pushing myself and nothing happens. And then there's other days that I push myself and I'm like I said, it explodes. And when it explodes, it's bad. It'll take me a couple days here to fully recuperate, and then I'll go and do it all over again. But the nice thing is this week it's going to be raining off and on. But this week I'm just going to take a break. Let my body recuperate. Now I might do a few things here and there. Because like I said, mentally it really tears me up inside if I don't do something every day. Even if it's just a small thing. Run the sweeper over the house. Or if I come out here, I see something that maybe is small that I can do. I can do that. Now I know I went into a long thing about, but I wanted to lead up to what I was, talking about as far as my fibromyalgia and stuff. Well, let's get here today. Today's Father's Day, so I thought I'd read you a verse here that might pertain to some of you sons out there, and it might pertain to some of you fathers out there. In Luke chapter 15, Hmm. Verse chapter Luke chapter 15, verses 20, and then we'll read down to 23. Luke chapter 15 through 20 through 23. Okay? And he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in the sight, and no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fattest calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. We as fathers sometimes are so caught up in what we do that sometimes we push aside people and our kids aside sometimes, you know, especially with little Carmen. Carmen, I always have to slow down and remind myself that she wants my attention more than any other child needs. So I always have to make sure that I put her first and foremost. Even when I'm outside working and she's constantly right there and well, why does this, and I'm always like, there's parts of me that's like, ugh, but then there's the other parts of me that says, you know what, this can wait. Whatever I'm doing, it can wait. Let's see what she wants. It probably is nothing. She might want to talk about her little scratch on her knee for 20 minutes, but that's what I do. And there's other times, I'm like, not the best about it, but most of the time I always have to sit there and go, wait a minute, slow down, let her talk, let her do her thing, be patient with her, because with her special needs, it's very, very difficult sometimes. And that's the way it was with all the kids. I always tried to make them as priority in my life. And that's all I can do, It doesn't matter what my kids do, They don't have to call me today and wish me happy Father's Day. They don't have to come around. Because when they do come around, I will show them the love like nothing has ever changed. And it's the same way with our God. We live in a time where most people have pushed God aside, but as soon as we realize that we've messed up and we need salvation, God drops whatever he's doing and goes and runs to us and puts his arms around us and loves us, just like we are the best child in the world. And he feeds us and he clothes us and he loves us unconditionally. So fathers today and sons today, take time with your fathers and give them the show honor to your fathers. It is their special day. It's our special day, my special day. To me, it's a holiday that reminds us that we should always love our fathers. For example, my dad has passed on, and my dad and I relationship was not I don't know. It was a strange relationship. I don't know. I am the oldest, and so I don't know if it was because he expected more out of me, or he just couldn't relate. Maybe, I don't know. He had a lot of things that he went through his childhood, and his father was the same way, I think, because I can remember my grandpa, and he was the same way to the kids, and so I think that's just the way my dad was. And there's been times that I look at myself and I'm like, I don't want to turn out like that. I want my kids to love me, and respects me, but at the same time. Um, so that's why, now, especially with little Carmen, I'm in my early 50s, and where I should have been enjoying my golden years. But I always have to remember that she is priority number one. It doesn't matter about mowing or whatever. She doesn't usually bother me when I'm mowing or anything like that. But or if I'm out there working in the garden, like on Wednesday, she was right there. Oh, it's hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. You know what's good on a popsicle day, or good on a hot day, Dad? What's that, Carmen? A popsicle. I could really go for a popsicle. I'm like, yes, Carmen. We'll get a popsicle here in a minute. Just go for a good popsicle. And the whole time I'm here blow torching. Okay, I have a big torch thing, and it's probably giving off 400 degrees. I got sweat running down my neck. My eyes are burning because sweat's running in it. It's 89 degrees outside, it was 86 that day, and the humidity was like almost 100%. So I mean, it was not a good day to be out blow torching, the garden, but it had to be done. And she's just sitting there going, you know what else is good on a hot day? I just stopped and I'm like, what's that, Carmen? Cool fan. I could just go in the house and just get a shower and lay in my bed with a fan on me. That'd feel good, wouldn't it? Carmen, we're not going in the house right now. You wanted to come outside today to work with Daddy, didn't you? Yes. Okay. Then, here, why don't you go do this? Okay. So I distract her. Yeah. Because when you're hot and and someone's sitting there going, well, I could use a popsicle, or I go swimming, or it really is like, But she's something else. She cracks me up. And she come back after whatever I sent her off to do, and she come back. Phew, I'm hot. I'm so hot. You know what's good on a hot day, Dad? I'm blowtorching. What's that, Carmen? A popsicle. A cherry popsicle, too. I think cherries are really good popsicle. Yes, Carmen. We'll get a popsicle here in a minute. I can go for a cold water. I said, Carmen, go in the barn and get you some water out of the fridge. Okay. I guess that could work instead of a popsicle. Carmen, do you want a popsicle? Yeah. Okay, let's go get a popsicle. And I got her a popsicle, and I took her out to the gazebo. Actually, we sat in here in the barn. Lights were off, and I had the fans going, the blower back here blowing. And I said, why don't you just sit in here and relax? Don't go outside, and just let the fan cool you down. I said, maybe put the popsicle right here on the back of your neck, because it's bag popsicles. And she came out and eating the popsicle, and I'm back blowtorching, and she goes, you know what, I'm kind of cold. I'm like, Carmen, see all them toys over there by the gazebo? Why don't you go play with them toys for a little bit? I said, then you'll be hot again. Then you'll come back and ask me for a popsicle or water. Oh, but she's something else. She's the life of she is my little person who just is always there for me. Like Friday when we were walking around the stores, she said, "Guess what, Dad?" I said, "What's that?" "That chair over there would be a good chair for you to sit down. Why don't you come over here and sit down, Dad?" And she grabbed my hand and I said, "Okay, sounds good." She knew I was struggling, but I didn't show it. I should have had my cane, but I didn't take my cane that day. I left it in the truck, because I do have my cane sometimes with me in case I ever need it. And so we went over there in the chair, and she got a book. Oh. She came back with a book, because there was like a little, we were in a thrift store is what we were at. And she came back to a book, and it was, what was the book? It was something hilarious. I'm like, Carmen, go put that book back. She was cracking. I can't remember what the name of that book was, but it was something hilarious. And I'm like, she's like, well, this looks like a good book to read. I said, well, it's not a kid's book, first of all. And I said, why don't you go? It was a romance book, is what it was. And I said, just go put that book. So maybe you can go find a kid's book. And I was watching her. She's not out of sight or anything. And they had chairs sit around there where you could, I guess, sit down and read a book if you want to. Herman figured that out. So she brought back a little kid's book, and we sit there and read that for a few minutes. I was like, okay, let's get up and I'm going to go over here and see if I can find some dresses for mommy. Okay. But that's what Father's Day for me is. Remembering the little moments that your children have, you know, because today she's only, you know, this age. Because before you know it, she's going to be 20, going on 30. You know, it's like we just celebrated our daughter's birthday here at the beginning of the month, and couldn't believe how fast, you know, life goes in front of your eyes, you know. So and I hope your kids out there understand that your father's not always going to be around. So take time out of your busy schedule today and give your father a call if you're stop by unexpectedly. Trust me, they'll love that. You know, you don't have to bring them a big elaborate gift or anything, because your dad's going to give you a fatted calf and kill it, and we'll cook up some hamburgers, and he's going to put rings on your fingers. You know, he's going to give you a robe, you know, to put around you. So that's my Father's Day message to you. I was going to read something else about all the chaos that's going on in our world, or our country right now. But you know what? I decided not to do that today. So, well, it's kind of a catch-up Sunday instead of really inspirational. Hopefully this Bible verse here can, you know, think about your fathers. Fathers, think about your sons. You know, because a lot of times, sometimes what our kids do, we don't like, you know. I got one who's in prison. I'm not happy about the decisions he made, but I still love him. He called me this morning, wished me happy Father's Day. He sent me a card from prison. And to be honest with you, he hasn't done that for the last, well, he hasn't done that forever. So for him to not only call me on Father's Day, but send me a card from prison, that's pretty good. I love that. He just to send me cards, and you know, even though I don't totally accept his consequences, you know, or respect, you know, what he did, I still love him. Love him unconditionally. He's still my son. But you know, I wouldn't. You know, I'm not one of the parents that's going to sit there and go, well, you know, he's the casualty of the system. I don't know. The problem is, you know, he thought that he could go out like this young man did, go out and plunder his riches away while the other son stayed back with the farm and worked his butt off, and here comes his brother back doing things that he shouldn't have been doing. Doesn't really understand why his father runs out and welcomes his brother back like he did, but you know, that's the bond that a father has with his children. All right. And our God loves us unconditionally. He's our Father above us, and He loves us. All right. So as we say around here, peace, love, and joy comes from knowing our Lord and Savior and having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ is the only way. The only way is to have peace, love, and joy. And people, this world is going to pass away one day. Your life is going to pass away. So whatever you do, get to know your Lord and Savior. Get to know your Heavenly Father. All right? You sons and daughters, respect your fathers. Fathers, respect your children. It's a two-way street. All right, love you all, and I will see you on the next video.
I wake up every morning See the sunrise on the land, fields of gold and rolling hills built by God's own hand. There's a Bible on my table and a flag out by the gate. In this land of faith and freedom, we stand up proud and pray. This is Jesus' country, where the eagle flies high.